Hello, hello, hello. My goodness. Guess what? I think it's day 30. I don't know. It might be 31. Who knows? But I am sitting here getting my stuff packed up, ready to leave Lambangan and head back over to Bali, where I have a home waiting for me in Ubud. I'm thrilled to be going back. I've really enjoyed this island adventure. It's been really fun, and it's also been a little bit boring. So I wanted to check in with you guys and let you know a little bit about how the juice cleanse or the fruit detox went. For the last 4 weeks, I will call myself out right now, I had 4 meals. 4 meals in the last 4 weeks. Other than that, I've had only fruit and only juice. It has been wildly transformative, really unbelievable, very beautiful. One of the ways that I can see that I'm rested is right here under my eyes. I'm not wearing any makeup here, so beautiful. Just feeling refreshed, restored. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it to anybody. All sorts of cleanses are really important to do. For me, why I felt that I needed to do it, one was just, it was intuition. My intuition was just craving fruit. All my body wanted was fruit. I have several friends here in Bali who are fruitarians and have eaten only fruit for extended periods of time. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm ready to start eating. I'm ready to start doing something different. It's been a journey. It's been a joy. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I feel beautiful. I feel radiant. I feel vibrant. I feel like I have tons of energy and creativity. One of the things that I will say, though, that I do feel happen is that it brought me out of my mind, in the sense that my mind or my brain wasn't as work oriented, and I really didn't want to be around computer or technology, which is why, as I got really excited in the beginning, was like, I'm going to document and do a video every day for the next 30 days and then on a fruit detox. No. I also learned I learned so much about my own inner workings, and one of the most profound experiences, we talk about how cleanses help you move through emotions and how emotions are stuck in the body that create disease and this, that, and the other. Well, the thing about fruit is that you're eating bioavailability. The energy that is in fruit is bioavailability. It's light energy. So you're eating the light of source. You're eating the light of Mama Gaia. You're eating the light. You're eating living foods. And so as I'm ingesting these living foods consistently, and only that consistently, while clearing out my gut, all sorts of stuff, my skin cleared up. I definitely had detox symptoms. I had a bruise on my chin from getting in a car accident 5 years ago. I got in a car accident, I hit my nose on the steering wheel, I hit my chin on the steering wheel, and I always had this hard spot in my chin. It came out. The bruise, it was like the bruise just started leaching out and it came out. So the amount of things inside of my body that I didn't even know were possible to release were released and have been released. It's absolutely incredible. What I would say, I don't actually use the word downloads, but the things that I was channeling about what I'm capable of doing with my own DNA and how to shift and upgrade my physical body. One thing that I do know, and I've taught about this in my metaphysical club class, the advanced level psychic development training class that I lead, is we talk about the 5D body and how the 5th dimension and the new earth frequencies. And it's funny because I don't even want to talk about this stuff anymore. It's really funny. I want to enjoy being human. I want to just embrace this humanness. And if I'm being really honest, I had a lot of resistance to it. I had a few experiences within the last, we'll say 7 to 10 years, where I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go and I wanted to be with God and I wanted to be away from this. I'm like, this is dense, this hurts, I don't want this. It's why are we here? What are we doing here? Yada, 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 yada. And yeah, the biggest shift that's happened through this fruit detox is I want to be human. I want to embrace life. I want to have these experiences. I want to love, I want to make mistakes, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to embrace, I want to be colorful, I want to be vibrant, I want to be joyful, I want to be happy, I want to be well rested, I want to be able to be creative when I want to create, and I want to be able to rest when I want to rest. And that's really what this time here on the Bongan has like offered me to do. And I know, like, I'm so deeply grateful for that, and I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to have had this experience. And simultaneously, like, while I'm here, I'm recognizing, like, I basically have been in quarantine, but it's been like a self-chosen, so I know that that has a little bit of a different effect. But I've just really been able to take really good care of myself by eating raw, whole fruits and vegetables. And I'm not even, like, I didn't even make recipes, and I didn't do anything like that. I just, if I was hungry, I got up and I ate a pear. If I was thirsty, I got up, I drank a coconut. If I, like, it was just taking care of things in a very, very, very simple way that nourished so much of my soul. It nourished so much of my energy body. It nourished so much of my heart. Like toxic patterns, behavioral patterns, personality disorders, things that have been handed down to my family, learned behaviors in so many different ways. It's like I could see myself, I could observe myself being in it and like acting some of these things out and being able to catch myself and then go, okay, wait, where did I learn that? How long has that script been running? How long has that program been running? And been able to see it from the inside out. And I really believe that being on only eating fruit was something that really, really helped with that. Like, it let so much of that bioavailability, that raw source energy flow through my physical system that then released all of these like sticky DNA patterns and sticky things that weren't working and aren't coming with me into the next level, the next stage of my own evolution. And it's been really profound. It's been really good. Undoubtedly so. I will, one, eat more fruit. Watermelon is a fruit that should only be eaten alone, by the way. This is something that I've learned. And you want to let your body digest only the watermelon when you eat it, but it is one of the most detoxifying foods that we can eat. So there were some days where all I wanted to do was eat watermelon, so I'd eat like 2 watermelons. You know, they're like this big. And yeah, it was honestly, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I had a friend that was fruitarian in Germany for over a year, so I talked to him about it, about like, okay, well, do you have to really like be in a hot climate where you have access to these kinds of fruits? And I really don't think that is, because part of what I also was experiencing was that I really only wanted fruits that were grown on the island that I was on, which wasn't really possible. A lot of them had to get shipped over from Bali. And the reason for that is because I felt that my consciousness was in training with the energy of the land. I felt that my consciousness was in training with the energy of Bali, and I was able to ground a lot more into the rhythm and the frequency of where it is that I am here experiencing. And so I have become wildly sensitive. I already am anyway. And now with this, like, I feel like I can see through a lot of stuff. Oh, another pattern that got broken. This was a fun one. Being unmanipulatable. Whew! Broke down a lot of patterns of codependency. Really broke down a lot of patterns of codependency, like deeply ingrained subconscious patterns of codependency. And part of that was recognizing when and how in my life I've been manipulated, and how I have also embodied that and been the manipulator, because we learn these behaviors, you guys. We learn them from how we are treated. And then if we do not resolve them and understand how to move through that ourselves, we then enact them and bring them out into the relationships that we have when we are older. So I am not 6 years old anymore. I am now older, and I'm watching these patterns that I learned by means of survival coming out in my interpersonal relationships, which is where we learn. It's how we embrace life. It's how we grow. So it's been really, really, really powerful to be able to go in, because I know that they're there, right? I'm aware of them, but to be able to dismantle and see them from the inside out and recognize this also helped me to identify when and how I have done that to others. And I mean by like learning how to do high pressured sales, learning how to do digital marketing, learning how to do these other things by means of manipulation in that way. And then also like emotional manipulation and dynamics between people, which we all do, you guys. We all do, because we have grown up in a society that has manipulated the bejesus out of us. Like, we are so like prone to manipulation and so prone to gullibility and so prone to this because we have been so harshly programmed out of learning to trust ourselves. Your body knows exactly what you need more than your doctor does. Your body has the wisdom inside of it to know what the problem is and what the solution is. Your body is a house, a vehicle for your higher self. Your higher self has access to infinite knowledge. All solutions and all problems, your higher self is capable of connecting to. So if your channel between you and you is so clogged that you can't hear yourself, you are more likely to be manipulated. If your channel between you and you is so clogged, meaning your conscious mind and your unconscious scripts that are running, as well as your higher knowledge, your higher self. So when these parts of you are not in a line, when they are not fully connecting, what will happen is that something will come to you by means of information or this, that, or the other, someone telling a story or a doctor prescribing a medication or something that you then believe above your own inner knowing. We say no to that. We say no to that. And I've already, like, my whole life I've had an issue with authority. I've already, like, bumped my head against walls harder than I've needed to. Like, I like to learn my lessons the hard way, okay? I have run the gamut on these things around who to believe, what to believe, how to believe, and how to connect in so deeply with myself that connection is unwavering. Absolutely unwavering, to the point where I even had a friend that was asking me about my birthday because it's next month. Save the date. It's next month. She's like, what are we doing? And I said, well, or she said, what weekend is it? And I said, I don't know. And she's like, well, ASAP. And I was like, I don't do ASAP. I don't want any of that pressure. I don't want anybody trying to tell me that I need to look at a calendar faster so that it appeases them. No, honey boo boo. If it is going to align, it is going to align. And when that pathway opens up for me to look at a calendar and realize that my birthday's on a Saturday and that we are going to be hanging out all weekend, that's a beautiful thing. But the ASAP thing and the like, let's do this, if it does not feel right and it does not feel like a clear channel, then for me, it's a maybe not right now. It's not maybe not never, it's just a maybe not right now. These are also ways that we are manipulated by people. And we look at manipulation as this like big word that's full of shame and toxicity and blah. People that are manipulators are terrible. And well, yeah, it depends on the intention behind these events and these circumstances. But the other point to this is that if you are so deeply connected to you, you'll know what's right for you. You'll know when to say yes. You'll know when to say, yeah, let me check into that. I'll look at my calendar right now. Or you'll say, yeah, I really want to take Purium products because they're really good. I'm dropping that in because I know I've got some friends here that are Purium checkers. Anyway, like the thing about life, the thing about you, the thing about your heart, the thing about your essence is that it is uncompromisable. Your destiny, your purpose, your ultimate reason for being, your soul level of consciousness, it resides in your heart. It is not in your mind. It is not in your mind. It is not in your mind. Your evolution of your soul consciousness comes by connecting your mind to your soul, to the center of your heart being. And this is not a fluffy Hallmark card like, I love you, follow your heart, blah. No, this is literally, I'm telling you the mechanics of how this works. Your soul lives inside of your heart. Your soul resides inside of your chest. It's protected by your rib cage. This is where your soul lives. But what happens is that through the course of life, pain happens, betrayal happens, abuse happens, guilt tripping happens, manipulation happens, all sorts of shit happens that creates pain inside of your heart. And since we live in a society that is so hell-bent on distraction and numbing, that we have literally been taught not to feel our feelings and to follow directions. Manipulation. These are step one, step two. You know what else is a manipulation tactic? Confusion. What happened with COVID, my friends? Confusion. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Confusion. People are going to die, people aren't going to die. Confusion. That way nobody is at fault and nobody is to blame and everybody's confused, so nobody knows what the heck is going on. And then when somebody miraculously drops in, government drops in with the answer, the solution to all the problems, guess what happens? People follow it. I don't believe you're one of those people because you're watching this video. But I'm willing to bet that you still have some of these tendrils that are coming undone by listening to this, because it was very adamant, my intuition was very adamant that I popped on and talk today, and I didn't even know what I was going to be talking about. So here we are. Pay attention to what is coming up and out of you as you're listening to this. When I create videos, I create a healing space. This means no matter where you are in your physical body, on a fifth dimensional level, that means no space, no time exists, that you are able to start peeling away the blanket layers and actually receive the ripple effect from the healing that I have gone through on my juice detox, my fruit detox. This is called the transference of energy. Now, your higher self or your intuition or your inner compass has in some way, shape, or form said, maybe I believe this, maybe I don't. Do not let yourself be manipulated, not even by me. But what I do encourage you to do is take information, listen, keep your mind open, keep your heart open. It is still okay for you to change your opinion based on new information. That's still allowed. So when you hold that information in your hand and you ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this information that is going to be useful for the next step of my evolution? Is this little thing, this little tidbit, this combination of words that I'm hearing, which is creating a vibrational frequency inside of my body that has me so captivated, I'm going to listen to the end, because you can already feel the sensation of the bullshit that we have all been indoctrinated with. I'm specifically talking to my American people because that's the ones that I know best. It starts to melt. And as one of us rise, we all start to rise. That's the ripple effect. And what I mean by rise is that we're rising out of the mire, we're rising out of the muck, we're rising out of the cement that we were all told we had to mold ourselves into to get into an extraordinary amount of debt, to eat processed foods, to buy, and basically be a slave to the economy that was set up and propagated to us as a dream. Take a deep breath with me. Wiggle it out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out. Woo! Get it going. Now, take a nice big deep breath. Connect your root chakra that's right there at the base of your spine all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. I'm going to share some light codes with you to really drive this one home. The light codes bypass your egoic consciousness and they go straight soul to soul. So this is higher self speaking to higher self through language that is called light language. Yosatakuwa putukiawa haokayawa pututeawa puukuaniawa sotayawa tani ikiawa puukua haakasataniawa uapua kahaatania yowa pukua haatua pu su kayatua haataniawa wapukua haatuniawa yawa pukua uasaya haataniawa yawa puukua hutukua saya hua hua hua. so thick. Yo kaya tania wa huku putania wa hia wa puku wa haki wa suta kaya wa satania wa puku wa putunia hakaya wa yo wa tania wa puku wa yo wa tia tia yo wa tia pua kuaya taya ya saya tania wa hoa pua haatiria wa soy haaku puhu utania wa haaya yo aya. Okay, what we're doing here, peeling a lot of this mire away. I'm even getting a side ache. We're pulling a lot of this mire away, a lot of this dark, dense energy, pulling it away. What is not yours, what has been taught through handed down. It is not your original consciousness. It is not the frequency that resides in your heart. So what we're doing is we're activating that internal soul conscious light. That internal soul conscious light right here is the center of your being. So when you turn that on, you actually start healing from the inside out as you're also receiving this medicine from the outside in. So it starts to quicken the healing process, and that is why we eat fruits and whole vegetables and lots of goodness that is healthy to keep things moving through our digestion, because what happens is that as you elevate on a cellular level, you shift the frequencies of your physical cells, your physical well-being, and this is how we're shifting into the new earth. With our physical bodies intact with us, we are creating a heaven on earth experience in our real world reality now. The shift is going to happen by vibration and by vibration only. There's no bridge we need to build. There's no cities we need to build. There's no communities we need to build. This is happening on an individual basis first. So the individual basis is by illuminating that internal space inside of your heart that's going to open and open and open and open your awareness to the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are was here, was in its existence before the moment of conception, before you came into this world and you got a name. Before all of that, your consciousness existed, and it will exist long after your body perishes. While you're in your body, focus on what you can do to bring the vibrational frequency of your physical body and your field up. This is your saving grace. This is how you see through the smoke and mirrors. This is how you make it out of this shitstorm alive. This is what you came here to learn and to do. You came here to learn to master your energy, master your emotions, learn to have such a deep reverence and respect for your physical body and the gift that life is. Now, I'm a medium. I was born a medium. I was born seeing spirits. It's been a gift I've had my whole life, and in most cases, for about the first 20 years, had no idea what to do with it. But what I can tell you is that there is a lineup, big fat giant lineup of souls that are ready to come into this human experience and experience life because of what a valued treasure it is to be a human, especially to be a human at this right now, here and now moment on this planet. It is a treasure. And I know that I have taken it for granted. I know that I was kicking and screaming, wanting to get out as soon as possible. That was me trying to manipulate my trip. And something shifted. Something broke. Something inside of me realized how powerful this human experience is. It is like an unbelievable treasure. And when you get your head wrapped up in the news, and when you get your head wrapped up in weird social media spirals, and you get your head wrapped up in all sorts of weird shit that we get our heads wrapped up in, and you start to take a few steps back and you observe your humanness, you observe yourself doing things, you observe your emotions, it actually is this really powerful and beautiful thing that will start to like turn things from the inside out and cultivate more awareness inside of you. It will activate the center of your heart consciousness, and because you heard these codes today, you're going to be feeling it anyway. And the beautiful thing about it is that there's a ripple effect to the people that you love. The people that are closest to you will feel it more than anybody else. And you will watch them grow, and you will watch them evolve, and you will watch them change, not because you did anything other than focus on your internal heart space and how it feels. So feel your feels, feel your pain, forgive, feel your pain, forgive, feel your pain, forgive. I know that right now you have a storage unit of a bunch of old, stored crap that is right now sitting unconsciously in your physical body and in your emotional field. When you juice and when you detox and when you cleanse, you will have such an extraordinary breakthrough of understanding how to move through this energetically and emotionally and why it is so important. It is so important. Like I said, we are bringing our physical bodies with us to 5D. That's what's happening. That's where the new earth is. The new earth is in your physical home right now. It's not somewhere outside of us. It's not somewhere that we are traveling to. It is right now changing the frequency of your conscious expression in your home now. And what I mean by home is right here. This home, this heart, this home. It's so powerful. You are so powerful. So let's close it out with one more light code channel. I'll end with a closing prayer. I want you to know how deeply I appreciate you, how much I love you. Just a couple announcements. We've got a new site is almost coming up for Monad Society. 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self is about to come up for a repeat cycle with as like a one-time opportunity for you to join in again. I've learned that the prerequisite to coming into the advanced level training requires 7 weeks to embody your higher self and a couple of other things, just so that we can catch you up to speed in case you do want to participate in these ongoing classes that are so extraordinary, so deep, so powerful, so beautiful. Our open-hearted community, like it's unlike anything that I could have imagined. It's it's so good. But enough about that. It's just seed planted. Feel it for later. All right. Go ahead, take a couple nice big deep breaths with me. Breathe with that big open heart. Aya satatike aya ho'oko putane aya ia wa puku ai satani ia wa opoku hotani aya wa opoku ha'atani yo wasaya yo wasaya yo wana yo apuaku ha'atani ia wa yo pua io wa yo pua io wa yo pua ya tayana ya haya wa o pua ya ta ya wa ya wa pu suaya yotana hiawa upua kuatani iawa yo otane yawa owa akayawa. Couple more deep breaths. Breathe deep. Connect root chakra to the center of the earth. Let it all go down through that space. Yawa puku aha tani yawa ayawa puku utuku sutini iawa yawa hua pua pua. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself. This path requires rigorous honesty. Rigorous honesty without judgment. Absolute rigorous honesty without judgment. Just, this is curious. This is what I noticed today. This is what my higher self shared with me today. This is the prayer that my higher guidance shared with me today. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And let it go. There we go. Beautiful. Right, my sweet loves. You know the drill. Like, share, comment. Please, 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 my friends, please go watch my YouTube channel. I am working towards jumping through the hoops of monetizing that. I haven't paid much attention to it over the years. So we're growing that so that I can have more free offerings, so that I can lead more meditations live on YouTube and have it as like a free, some might say ministerial offering. I don't know, that word can be a bit triggering for some people. So what you can do to help me with that is to watch the videos on YouTube, keep them playing. There's playlists on there, the Quantum Cash Flow. There's 23 videos that will help you move through money blocks. There's all sorts of goodness on the YouTube channel. Just go to Sitara Faye, Sitara space Fe, and find them, please, my sweet loves, and watch them so that we can continue to do this. And I can continue to bring this meditation, bring this information, bring this medicine, not only to you, but so many others who are ready and willing with eyes to see and ears to hear. This is the good news. We're shifting in a really powerful way. Heaven on earth exists here in this moment. You just have to pop above the chaos, pop above the fear, pop above the propaganda, pop above it. This is the way that we do it. Well, it's one way. It's not the only way. You'll find other ways, but I really like my train track, so jump in. All right, my loves. Couple nice big deep breaths. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jess. Love you. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. In perfect love and in perfect trust, my dear friends. I will see you again soon. Ciao, ciao.